While working to build support for economically deprived reservation communities, the Diversity Foundation has photographed and filmed extensively to illustrate both recent and historical experiences of Dakota, Lakota, Nakota people in the Upper Midwest. In addition to reconciliation events, it has filmed many interviews among elders, veterans, and other tribal leaders and educators, including extensive reflections upon the lives and historical conditions of their people. Following are excerpts from some of these interviews.
I've been very fortunate to have been elected to 2 terms and now in my 2nd term. My responsibility to continue my father's work.
About 6 of us, and a group of kids come in. Then they were making slurs about, well, we hung 48 of you, you know, and they said we might just hang another 6.
Now was a committee of dedicated people who never debated anything, never argued. They just came up with ideas and they worked out their thoughts, the ideas they had into action.
My name is Robert Bone. I am from the Dakota Nation of Sioux Valley, Manitoba, Canada.
A member of the Flandreau Santee Sioux tribe, but I do not speak Dakota. I speak Lakota.
My name is Rick Thomas. Indian name is Tatonkamani, which is Walking Buffalo, which was a war chief after the 1862 Minnesota Uprising.
Lyle Rustad came to us, to the city about 10 years ago. And he came because he had promised Ernie, Chief Wabasha, that he would find where his relatives were buried.
If that can be duplicated across the country, I am sure what they call race relations across North America will vastly improve. Lyle and Ed Lonis deserve a lot of credit for bringing out what we are all about.
Yeah, Lyle, about 4 years ago, he came to the tribe, the Santee Sioux Nation in northeast Nebraska, and he explained the goals and objectives of the Cultural Diversity, the Diversity Foundation here in Winona, on what they wanted to do.
One of the big things that we do in Prairie Island, I think, is like through diversity, is our grant funding, you know, multiple years for them to help accomplish their mission, which their overall mission is to help our people, as we're all Dakotas, whether you're Mdewakanton, Wakbetuan, Saskatchewan, all the different ones, you know, the tribes, the 7 bands, you know, again, that's diversity's mission.
Lyle Rustad came to us, to the city about 10 years ago.
So I'm really pleased with the gathering and the idea and the wishes behind it, because, you know, or the dreams behind it, because I think it's important that the truth about our history be told.
I've been coming to this homecoming for 5 years now, and Lyle Rustad got me involved in it as a member of the family of Wabasha that used to live here. My great-great-grandfather was Wabasha III, and we're sitting right under Wabasha's cap as we talk here. And it's good to come back here because these people have treated us like, well, like royalty.
Well, Lyle is really a character, you know? And I think he's got a heart as big as they come. And he does some fantastic things. You know, I know he's brought several loads of furniture down to Santee, and because we have a number of folks down there that need help. And he also came down one year with a semi-load of toys, and he played Santa Claus. And it tickled me because he had this, not only the Santa Claus outfit, but he had the makeup and everything on, you know, and so he just did a really great job. And so, you know, and the folks here, you know, I think they're just doing something really magnificent.
Go to the Diversity Foundation that Lyle Rustad runs. He's been the central core in all this. He's been the go-between between the reservations and the colleges in town and universities, and that would help a lot.
As we learn really more about Lyle's mission in life, he's an old Vietnam vet like I am, and he came out of Vietnam, wound up in the civil rights movement. He met Ernie Chief Wabasha at the 95 Indigenous Games. Ernie figured out where Lyle was from and simply asked can you help me find where my where my people are buried? He's recorded now for years stories that are disappearing.
While Lyle first showed up at the Mankato powwow, several years ago, I don't even remember how long it's been, at least 10 years, maybe 15. He had this diversity foundation, and he thought what we were doing over there was really great, because down there we talked about the horrors of the past of the Dakota, the hanging of the 38, and everything that the exile, back then words like genocide and stuff like that weren't used, but assimilation was.
And I think that Lyle, in his own way, however humble, whatever humble beginnings he may begin with, ultimately, if we all believe in what he is trying to do, think of the tremendous revolution that would take place in our lives.
I've always heard white people tell me how the government had cheated us out of our land, and boy, you guys really got took. And I always used to think to myself, well, they're still doing it, and why don't you help them? It's been good to meet them, and they're just really good people.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
I think we're the only that has a hereditary chief that went from father to son. The Wabasha are the only ones left. And
we're at the Holy Faith Cemetery at the Hobo Creek area near Santee, Nebraska.
This was Wabasha 3. He was the third in the line of Wabasha chiefs. He was chief during the Minnesota uprising.
Historically, there's never been a president of the United States who spoke well of Indians. And you might ask the question, why? It's because they wanted the land.
Of how this country was settled. Minnesota was Dakota country. Our heart, our soul belongs to our original homelands.
I'm in Rochester looking at an economic opportunity in a partnership with Diversity Foundation of Minnesota.
My name is Red Olson here at Fort Thompson, South Dakota. We're currently at the Episcopal Cemetery here at Fort Thompson.
I'm Wes Peterson. I'm from Rochester, Minnesota. I'm a member of Trinity Presbyterian Church in Rochester.
My name is Terry Quilt. I'm a Lorbu Sioux Indian.
But there is a better way. It's a gift of Wakanchaka, Great Spirit God. It's a gift of love.
So with that, I will read the City of Rochester Proclamation. And whereas throughout their long history, the Great Dakota Nation...
And I want to mention the fact the women played a key role in the World War II effort.
When you first met Marcella, you were in, what was the name of the group?
The Niwa.
NIWA is North American Indian Women's Association.
From the Cheyenne River, Marcella LeBeau.
Her name was Pretty Rainbow Woman. I had one of the greatest honors and privileges of my life to serve as an Army nurse during World War II. We took care of patients from D-Day. Then later we went to Liège, Belgium, where we took care of patients from the 3 campaigns.
And the reason why they kept the Dakota operators during the war, because all 567 Indian tribes spoke a different language.
I can read and write the Lakota language. The general said, okay, then you're going to be my radio operator.
I'm what they call a spiritual leader. I lead in prayer, lead in different ceremonies.
Corby, what does this mean to you and what just happened here?
We're home.
Yeah.
We're home. When we do something like this, it has meaning to it. It has cultural meaning to it.
August 17th, 1862 marked a terrible period in Minnesota's history.
My Dakota name is Two Arrows. My Christian name is Peter Lenkeek.
My Indian name is Charges the Enemy in Sight. My Christian name is Jim Miller.
Ancestral lands are mainly around Minnesota area, and so knowing a little bit of that history that took place back in the 1860s and so forth, we came up with the idea for a ride.
Reconciliation, coming together, healing old wounds, and moving forward.
And as far as what I've seen at Winona, man, great. You know, keep it up.
Lyle drove miles through a blizzard. Interstate's closed. They made it here. They got it done.
I'm the chairman of the Diversity Foundation, and we're here as part of our outreach with the Crow Creek. And this is one of the many trips we've made out here in the last couple of years.
My name is Janita Loudner, and I'm an enrolled member of Crow Creek Outreach by bringing in semi-loads of toys for tots and our mattresses.
They said the white man brought
There's no doubt.
blankets.
Yep.
They distribute blankets, and that's where they got the smallpox, and they were dying off.
Now, when we talk Dakota and a kind, gentle, loving nun hears us talk Dakota, she comes up behind us and grabs one of our ears and tells us, you're not supposed to talk your language. You have to talk English.
I'm Dennis Banks. I'm with the American Indian Movement. I'm also a member of the Leech Lake Band, Ojibwe tribe. Good day to live.
When we recommended Sonia Sotomayor and confirmed her in the United States Senate. The work of Dr. King has helped bring about a society that is more fair, just, and tolerant than the one that we knew. And no matter where people are in terms of if they support certain candidates or not, there has been huge strides made in how people look at the color of someone's skin.
So we have to anticipate changing times. The question is, are we ready to walk the talk? As we said this evening, we certainly want to celebrate our history.
I was a participant in the Great Experience from 1941 through 49. Actually, I was in it from 42 through 49. In 1948, Truman signed the executive order eliminating segregation.
Yeah, so they
Too late.
Yeah, wow.
The green.
And so nobody was really integrated in those teams. None of them would probably let a black play quarterback, right?
Like I say, some of them didn't even know we were black.
Lyle and Ed Lonis deserve a lot of credit for bringing out what we are all about.